Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 31st of October 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai, or your post pot on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Today is the 17th anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper. This is absolutely huge. So we're going to have to go through this post by BSV Casey. He says, trick or treat, Satoshi clue unmasked. Happy 17th anniversary to the Bitcoin white paper. And this is it. He's put this website together where he said, Bitcoin white paper discovery, Satoshi clue unmasked, wishing Bitcoin white paper a happy 17th. And we've got the one CSW P2PKH address discovery. And this is all written in detail in this article right here, which we're going to go through. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Then obviously got some 365 days of Bitcoin history. I found this. This is actually what I was looking for yesterday. So on the October, there we go, look. 30th of October 2008, prior to the Bitcoin white paper release on the 31st, Craig Wright, under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, released and published a downloadable pre-release draft of the Bitcoin white paper. And here it is. It said you can download a pre-release draft at www.upload.ae/file/6157/ecache PDF HTML. All right, epic, absolutely epic. And then obviously today, 31st of October, it is the official launch of the Bitcoin white paper I said cryptographic. It's actually a cryptography mailing list, as CSW keeps correcting all these shitcoiners who haven't got a clue what they're talking about. But yeah, there we go. We're now the 31st of October, the Bitcoin white paper anniversary release. Absolutely massive. Massive. This was the day that Satoshi Nakamoto officially plagiarized Craig Wright's work for Northumbria University. Amazing. And look, there was steps to run the network are as follows. As Hal Finney wrote, running Bitcoin. Epic. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
All right, here we go. So just before we touch on that thread that I have, I'm just going to retweet it here. Actually, I've already retweeted it. We'll just go click on my profile just quickly. Haven't really got too much in it because we'll spend most of the time on that article. There we go, look. Retweeted it, trick or treat. We'll go through that in just a second. Wolf by Wolf said here, as a member of the Free Speech Union, I'm appalled to hear that they abandoned another member, Con Tinmans, when he needed them. So this guy here, Toastmaster, is saying, look, I just can't believe this happened. But as Rockefeller said in his secret covenant, for we will control all the media and their affiliates. They literally control everything. Oh, just before we march on, I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Check it out. For anybody who can't read that, the caption there is, "You're more unpopular than my brother." Oh, that was King. That was Liege Lord Charles III talking to traitor Starmer. So yeah, I thought that was really funny. Right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, Alex Favre also recognizing Casey's post, saying this is an epic discovery, perfectly in line with both the simplicity and specificity that I expected. There is no one method proof. There are hundreds. Wow. Let's go back to my profile just quickly. Yeah, there we go. Right. Let's crack on. So Moore has also put up here. He said timeanddate.com countdown. So he's put a countdown to the release of the white paper. It's just I'm using the Maxon browser at the moment, and that website didn't support it. But cracking little site there. Right, let's get on with this. This is going to be the thumbnail for the show today. Oh, that looks pretty epic, actually. Great stuff. So, Bitcoin white paper discovery, Satoshi clue unmasked. Wishing Bitcoin's white paper a happy 17th anniversary. Here we go. Let's have a look at this bad boy then. Right. Satoshi unmasked, question mark. Cryptographic clues in Bitcoin white paper point to Craig Wright. Would you believe it? A notable cryptographic discovery unearthed from the very bedrock of the cryptocurrency revolution, the Bitcoin white paper, has the potential to prompt renewed discussions within the digital world. An independent researcher claims to have uncovered a meticulously hidden cryptographic signature within Satoshi Nakamoto's seminal document, a signature that points directly to controversial Australian computer scientist Dr. Craig Stephen Wright. For years, the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonymous creator of Bitcoin, has remained one of the greatest mysteries of the 21st century. While many have claimed the mantle, Dr. Craig Wright has been the most persistent and litigious, asserting his authorship with unwavering conviction. Now, a new piece of evidence described as a cryptographic Rosetta Stone suggests that Wright may be indeed the elusive Satoshi. Unveiling of cryptographic enigma. The discovery centers on a Bitcoin address prefix 1CSW. This seemingly innocuous string of characters found embedded within the Bitcoin white paper itself will potentially ignite various debates. Bitcoin addresses, particularly those generated using the pay-to-public key hash format, are derived through a complex one-way cryptographic process involving public keys SHA-256, RIP-EMD 160, hashing, and base 58 check encoding. The very nature of this process makes it virtually impossible to reverse engineer an address to find its originating text or public key, let alone intentionally craft a specific prefix without immense computational effort, a feat considered impractical, if not impossible, in Bitcoin's nascent days. Yet the researcher claims to have found a method seemingly left as a deliberate breadcrumb by Satoshi that leads directly to this 1CSW address. The address, while legitimate and passing all sumcheck validations, currently shows no blockchain activity, adding another layer to its mystique. A trail of digital breadcrumbs, the clues uncovered. The path to this revelation was paved with two critical yet subtle clues hidden within the white paper. The reversal anomaly in section 1 introduced to the white paper, which happens to be the same section whereby the P2PKH address is located. Words such as non-reversible, reversal, and reverse appear with unusual efficiency, yet they vanish from the rest of the meticulously crafted document. This linguistic pattern, combined with Dr. Wright's academic work, often focused on reversing and reverse engineering, suggests a deliberate hint. Some observers have also noted that reversing characters can be used in hidden messaging or basic stenography, a technique that may be subtly embedded within the text. The enigmatic number 7. Section 7 of the white paper contains a peculiar, incorrectly ordered reference sequence 725. This numerical oddity has been noted by previous researchers, who theorized it also points to a letter mapping, which revealed CSW in the references section of the white paper. The new discovery suggests that even deeper significance, the out-of-place number 7, was likely a key to unlocking the hidden message. Many researchers and analysts will be aware of the significance of the 725 reference, which appears on various occasions, mostly from Craig Wright, almost as if it is signaling for recognition. It has been frequently noticed, particularly on the BSV network, where various other active 1CSW wallets have sent multiple transactions with specific fee rates set at 0.0000725, amongst other similar instances. The breakthrough Bitcoin decoding Bitcoin. The crucial insight came with the realization that if Satoshi had hidden a message, it would likely be encoded using Bitcoin's own cryptographic principles. By systematically processing every sentence of the white paper through a Bitcoin address generation algorithm and applying the reversal logic suggested by the first clue, a startling legacy address emerged. It also happened that the seventh sentence of the white paper, a certain percentage of fraud is accepted as unavoidable, was the one that held the key. When this sentence was reversed charactered by character and then put through this standard P2PKH Bitcoin address generation process, the resulting address is 1CSW. Whoa! Excluding the abstract section and references, the white paper contains 128 sentences. This implies a probability of 1 in 128 that given an address would coincidentally appear in the seventh sentence as predicted. Considering the potential for reversing the sentence order, the total number of possible configurations doubles to 265. Interestingly, this numerical alignment with SHA-256 appears to be a curious coincidence, as SHA-256 produces a unique 256-bit or 32-byte signature from any input. Notably, private keys in many cryptographic systems are also 256 bits in length. Even more intriguing is the sentence's meaning itself, almost as if Satoshi anticipated some form of fraudulent activity against him. It is possible he intended this line, along with the P2PKH address, to serve as proof at some point in the future. The astronomical odds, a masterpiece of cryptographic artistry. The statistical improbability of this discovery is staggering. The researcher roughly estimated the combined likelihood of these factors aligning by chance at around 1 in the hundreds of millions. The figure excludes the additional layer of improbability introduced by the necessity of the reversal step, suggesting the finding is unlikely to be a mere coincidence. This discovery resonates with a known statement from Satoshi Nakamoto himself. In an email sent to Hal Finney in January 2009, Satoshi wrote, "Eventually there will be some interest in brute force scanning Bitcoin addresses to find one with the first few characters customized to your name, kind of like getting a phone number that spells out something. Just by chance, I have my initials." Oh, that's massive. This quote, often cited in discussions about Satoshi's identity, takes on a new significance in light of the 1CSW discovery, illustrating a creator who could have carefully and patiently crafted a specific sentence, such that cryptographic transformations result in a vanity address containing his own initials, a deliberate act requiring foresight, precision, and deep understanding of Bitcoin's cryptographic framework. Profound implications and lingering mysteries. This revelation, if independently verified and widely accepted, could fundamentally reshape the narrative surrounding Bitcoin's origins. It points to a level of foresight, technical sophistication, and even artistic flair that transcends mere code. The crafting of a sentence that, when reversed and cryptographically processed, produces a specific address prefix suggests a mind deeply familiar with both the technical and philosophical foundations of Bitcoin. Craig Wright's extensive history in cryptography, IT security, and complex technical systems adds context to this discovery. His prior work demonstrates a familiarity with multi-layered puzzles, secure protocols, and advanced computing techniques, all skills consistent with someone capable of embedding such intricate signals within the white paper. While this discovery does not definitively prove that Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto, it offers a compelling piece of circumstantial evidence. It aligns with his claims of authorship and is known penchant for embedding subtle cryptographic clues. The question now shifts from who Satoshi is to how many other hidden breadcrumbs might remain within the vast digital legacy of Bitcoin's creation. Researchers are urged to confirm and further investigate this extraordinary claim, which promises to reignite the debate over Satoshi Nakamoto's true identity and the enigmatic origins of the world's most revolutionary digital currency. Oh, no, it's not a currency. We've got references here at the bottom, how Bitcoin addresses work, and detecting hidden systematic methods for classifying hidden-based stenography in inexecutable files. Oh, that is massive. What an absolutely epic article that was by BSV Casey. That was staggering. That was staggering. Loving that. Loving that. Yeah, let's have a look at this 365 days of Bitcoin history. Yeah, so found it. On the 30th of October, prior to the Bitcoin white paper release. Craig Wright, under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, released and published a downloadable pre-release draft of the Bitcoin white paper. Get that. Abstract, a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash, would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without the burden of going through a financial institution. Digital signatures offer part of the solution, but the main benefits are lost if a trusted party is still required to prevent double spending. We propose a solution to the double spending problem using a peer-to-peer network. The network timestamps transactions by hashing them into an ongoing chain of hash-based proof of work, forming a record that cannot be changed without recoding the proof of work. The longest chain not only serves as proof of the sequence of events witnessed, but proof that it came from the largest pool of CPU power. As long as the honest nodes control the most CPU power on the network, they can generate the longest chain and outpace any attackers. The network itself requires a minimal structure. Messages are broadcast on a best effort basis, and nodes can leave and rejoin the network at will. In other words, it's economically competitive. Accepting the longest proof of work chain as proof of what happened while they were gone. Yeah, absolutely epic. See, look at that. As long as the honest nodes control most of the CPU power on the network, they can generate the longest chain and outpace any attackers. So basically what he's doing is he's telling them how to attack the network, and then predicted that they would. Would you believe it? Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Amazing. Amazing. And just for historic sake, let's see if this link is still there. There we go. This is the original release. Friday, October 31st. It's 10 past 2, and that's EDT, 2008. There we go. And that the cryptography mailing list. That's what it was actually called. The cryptography mailing list. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal. And on October 31st, the pseudonymous author of the Bitcoin white paper, Satoshi Nakamoto, plagiarized Craig Wright's work from the white paper for Northumbria University, published 30th of October 2007, so a year and 1 day before. In the publication of the Bitcoin white paper, using the exact sentence structure, a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a. And how many words are in that? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Well, I mean, literally, what are the odds? What are the odds of having all those exact words used? You know? Just incredible. 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 Let's have a look at the 365 days of Bitcoin history. Here we go. So Satoshi wrote here, 31st of October 2008, steps to run the network are as follows. 1. New transactions are broadcast to all nodes. 2. Each node collects new transactions into a block. 3. Each node works on finding a difficult proof of work for its block. 4. When a node finds a proof of work, it broadcasts the block to all nodes. 5. Nodes accept the block only if all transactions in it are valid and not already spent. 6. Nodes express their acceptance of the block by working on creating the next block in the chain, using the hash of the accepted block as the previous hash. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's get rid of her. What else have we got on the 31st of October? 31st of October 2015, Bitcoin featured on the front page of The Economist. The Economist, a globally popular British publication focused on economic liberalism, made its article The Trust Machine, the feature cover story of its weekly print edition. The article focused mainly on the utility of blockchain technology, promoting the idea that banks and government institutions may implement their own blockchains to create cheap tamper-proof transactions or cheap tamper-proof public databases. Oh wow, so look at that, 2015, The Economist was saying how the technology can actually be used to make cheaper tamper-proof public databases. So they should have been adopting the technology. Is that still there? Let's have a look. Oh, I'm using Maxon, so they can't see it. Never mind. And then also October 31st, 2017, the SPARS pandemic was published, entitled A Futuristic Scenario for Public Health Communicators. I think we've got the archive there. Will that show? Publication date, 31st of October 2017. They did that to counter the effects of the white paper. The white paper gives us political and sovereign freedoms, whereas the SPARS pandemic takes them away. You know, it's all to do with karmic energy for these satanic worshippers. And 31st of October 2019, Luke Dash Jr. posted out on Twitter, mining is not supposed to be profitable. What an absolute fool. He said, miners are supposed to be people who mine because they have an interest in Bitcoin working securely. What, you mean like proof of stake, mate? Yeah, all right, mate. That doesn't require a fee market or subsidy. Mining is not supposed to be profitable. Well, actually, it does have to be profitable. That's what you call economically competitive. If it's not economically competitive, it's centrally controlled. But obviously, we know that you don't want people to know that. On the 31st of October 2023, Bitcoin Nation, How Sound Money Can Fix Democracy, by Michael Anton Fisher, was first published. Ooh, let's have a look at that. Bitcoin Nation, How Sound Money Fix Democracy. And that was 2023, so we're talking 2 years ago now. Amazing, amazing. Right, that is a 22-minute show. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, happy Halloween. Enjoy the release of the public white paper. We know we're on to something big. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.